You know those moments in life where you're like, this is a time I will never forget. Well, that's exactly what happened to me when I looked up and I saw I was on the biggest billboard in New York Times Square while I was out there for a Shopify summit. And truthfully, when I was there and I was looking at the screen, I could not help but think about what got me to this very moment. One single decision changed my life forever. And that decision was opening up my first Shopify store. So now that I made it back to Dallas, I made another big decision. I'm gonna show everyone who watches this video the easiest way that you can create and design a Shopify store that is actually made for conversions so you can start driving sales and have the potential to change your life too. And to sweeten the deal, I'm going to be giving out my 7-figure product page layout along with access to the themes that I use on my very own stores. And I'm gonna give it to all of you guys for free. All you have to do is smash the like button down below. Let's get this video to 2,000 likes. Once it does reach 2,000 likes, I'm gonna go ahead and post a link to this URL in the description down below. So, are you sticking with me and opening the door for new opportunities? Or are you okay with passing another opportunity by? The decision is yours. Now, before we take one step further into this video, I'm going to need you to pause it and do one thing so that you can follow along with me and have your store set up and ready to go by the end of it. Now listen, head down to my description down below to where I tagged a Shopify link that's going to allow you to open up a brand new Shopify store for absolutely free, no credit card required, and your first 3 months only costs you $1 single. That's gonna save you about $90 in startup costs. And with the way that things are going right now, we don't have time to be passing up no deals. Now, when you click the link, it's gonna bring you to this landing page where you can watch more videos of me if you want. But obviously the most important part of this page is that email section. So once you add your email to it, it's gonna go ahead and let you start the free trial after asking you a couple startup questions. And don't worry about answering any of these, just go ahead and click skip all so that you can get to the part that allows you to set up a password and officially create your Shopify ID. Now, once you set up a password to solidify your Shopify ID, you're gonna be directed to the Shopify dashboard, which is gonna give you a list of exactly what you need to do in order to complete your store setup. And it's gonna give you 5 tasks, which are some pretty good tasks, but we're gonna go ahead and add a few more and then put them in a different order. So if you're someone who likes lists and knowing what to prioritize, write the list that I'm about to tell you down. And even if you're not someone who likes that, but you're a beginner, I'm gonna need you to get out those notes and write this down too. So to set up your store first is gonna go like this. Buy a domain, set up Shopify payments, import a product, customize your homepage, customize your product page, and add apps. Lucky for you, we're gonna go ahead and cover it all. So make sure you stick it out with me if you made the choice that this is what you wanna do. And like I do every week, I'm going to be giving out a free one-on-one consulting call to one winner who smashes the like button down below and comments the word Shopify with their biggest takeaway from this video so we can hop on a call and personally check out your store and help out with any other questions that you may be having. If you want customers to get to your store, you gotta have a place for them to go. And if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you want to actually have some customers. So in order to do that, you're gonna head over here to the settings tab on Shopify and then scroll down until you see domain. Once you click on domain, it's gonna pop up a search bar where you're able to actually search different domains to make sure that they're available. Now, before you say, well, AC, I don't know what I'm gonna be selling, so how am I supposed to choose my domain? Let me stop you right there. It does not matter what you're selling. And that's simply because as you're starting your dropshipping journey, you don't want to have to limit yourself to selling one specific niche or one specific product. You want the ability to test out all types of different products that fall under all types of different niches until you find one that works well for you. And when you do that, you've created something that I like to call a general store. A general store is going to be something like your Amazon or your Walmart, where you can order pretty much anything that you want. And just as the names of these stores aren't specific to one type of product or niche that they sell, your store name should reflect that same practice. And trust me, I don't want you to think too hard about this. Just think of a word and let ChatGPT help you come up with some names that you could use. For example, if I use the word favorite, I could head over to ChatGPT and type in a prompt like, give me a list of 20 domains that are catchy and not in use and use the word favorite in them. And just like that, you have a list of different domain names that are available for you to put into Shopify and purchase. Now, if you're still with me, you've made the choice to put your first investment into your Shopify store by buying your domain, or at least you invested into thinking about it. And either way, now it's time to make sure that you have a space set up for Shopify to pay you out once you start making sales. I mean, after all, you're not taking the time to set up the Shopify store for no reason at all. You want to get paid, so let's make sure that you can do that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna head back over here to settings, and from there, you're gonna head into payments. Under the payment section, you're going to see a button that says add Shopify payments. The next screen that pops up is going to tell you to add in your business address. And before you start panicking that you do not have one, you can just add your home address to start off. This is a question I get all of the time. but the address will not be shown on your website unless you change some settings in the backend or just manually add it into your pages. Now, if you do have a business address, you're just gonna go ahead and add it in and click that it is a registered business to move forward. After adding in your address, you only have 3 more steps that Shopify will walk you through, which is just submitting more information about the type of online business that you're trying to run in the first section. And setting up your 2-step authentication is the second section, while setting up your banking information is the third section. So you wanna make sure that you click into each of these sections and fill in what Shopify is asking out of you. Now, pro tip, although Shopify payments will work, it's always a good practice to have another payment provider like PayPal connected to your online store as well. Customers feel a sense of security while using PayPal, so adding this payment provider to your checkout alone has the potential to help you boost conversions on your online store. Now that you know that you can get paid, it's making finishing the setup of the store seem way more worth it, isn't it? Well, before we get into any design, you have to first import a product to your store. And importing products can be a little bit of a hassle for beginners, so I'm gonna walk you all through it. And for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna be choosing any random product. But do not think that you can do the same exact thing. You need to make sure that you're doing the necessary validation on the products that you're deciding to import to your store. Otherwise, well, we're basically doing this for no reason. And I'm gonna go ahead and link this video right here where I show you in-depth product research methods so that you can start finding products that have the potential to sell right away. But until it's time for you to actually start finding the products that you wanna sell, I want you to know what steps to take after finding it, so you're not just sitting there with a product thinking, what now? You're always going to need an app that can connect the supplier of your product to your store. So whether you're sourcing the product from AliExpress or CJ Dropshipping, you need to be able to fulfill the orders that you're going to be getting through them. And I suggest using an app called AutoDS because you can either use them as your supplier or connect 20 plus other options of different supplier sites that they already have to your store. And I'll go ahead and link a discount in my description down below if you want to test their platform out because they make it extremely easy to connect your store and import the products that you choose. And if you've watched my videos before, then you already know I don't believe in making dropshipping harder than it is. So the more help and automation that you can get from apps, the better in my opinion. But as you can see, I'm under the winning product section, and if I hover over product, it's going to immediately give me the option to import that product to my draft. So all you're gonna do is hit that and then head over to the section that says drafts and then just simply double click on the product that you just imported. This is what's going to allow you to edit the variants and the product images that you have in your slideshow to show off the product. So once you decide what variants you're going to be selling and what images you want, you're just gonna go ahead and click on save and import. And just like that, your product is listed in the product section of your Shopify store. By this point, you've already invested too much to stop working out. So think of it like this. You made the decision to finally start. So now I want you to stick to that decision, and in just a couple more minutes, you're gonna have a completely built out Shopify store that you can start selling on right away. And if you know that you're someone who does not give up quickly, and you're gonna wanna continue to keep learning what steps to take after creating a Shopify store, then my one-on-one mentorship could be the perfect place for you. With the personal hands-on guidance that you'll be getting from myself and my team, you'll be able to make strides in your e-commerce journey like so many of my students have from all different backgrounds and all different experience levels. So if that's the situation that you see yourself striving in, make sure you head down to the description down below, apply for my one-on-one coaching, and get on a free discovery call today. Now let's go ahead and keep going. Your store is going to have 2 parts to it. The homepage is where customers will be able to navigate around your store, be introduced to the store, and find all your important policy pages like shipping and FAQs. Then you have the product pages, which is a specific page where the product that you just learned how to import to your store is going to be advertised. And the product page is going to be where you're driving traffic from your ads as well. This means that when someone is scrolling on their timeline, they see that product that you're selling and they click that little buy now button, yeah, it's going to be your product page. So as you can imagine, that's going to take a little bit more effort and time to set it up. So let's get into the building of this homepage, which is first going to start with downloading a theme. A theme, in other words, is just a plug and go layout of how you want your store to look and what features you want it to have. And Shopify has some really good free ones that will not slow the speed of your store down from being way too heavy like a lot of the ones that you can pay people to make will. So to get a theme added to your store, you're just going to head back into the section on Shopify that says online store. You're then going to go ahead and click on themes and then head into the section that says free themes. Take a second to look through them and just choose which one you like the best. And truthfully, any of them will work and convert how we need them to, because it's going to be way more about how we design the homepage and product page that's going to make customers want to buy over the actual theme itself. With that being said, let's get into the design of it. So the first thing you want to do on your store is make sure you're only using 3 colors max: black, white, and 1 separate color. So that's going to be the first thing I go ahead and do on my store. On my store, I use a lot of the blues and the greens, a lot of neutral colors, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick with blue today. And I do like this navy color right here, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and take the color code and click copy. And then basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste this throughout my entire store. So keep everything that needs to be white, white, keep everything that needs to be black, black, and just add in that 1 spice of color. Now at the top of my homepage, I'm going to start off with the announcement bar. And now with this announcement bar, I'm just highlighting whatever seasons and trends that's currently happening. So because one of the main seasons and trends that are happening right now is back to school, that's what I went with. And if you do not know what to highlight for your announcement bar, just go to the Targets and the Walmarts and whatever seasons and trends they're taking advantage of, you just mimic them. And I always highlight the season and then give some type of deal afterwards. But I could also say back to school sale, 50% off plus free shipping. That's whatever you decide. Now the next section is going to be the image with text. So for here, I'm highlighting 3 different things. For one, I'm adding an image going towards the season and trend. Second, reiterating the season and trend. And thirdly, giving a small vision statement of my company. So I just said something like this: back to school is here. And then I just gave some features and benefits of why somebody should come and buy from my company. Now the next thing you have to do is add an image here. And if you do not know what images to add, you know I got you covered there as well. So my favorite place to find high quality, non-copyrighted images to add to my store is a website called Pixels. And on this website, again, I'm just gonna type in that same trend. And you can see I have all these different images that I could work with. So let's just take this one for example. Now that I downloaded the image, I'm just gonna come back over here to Shopify and click on select image. Then once you have it downloaded, you're just gonna come over here and click on done. Hey, I'm already cooking up over here. I'm already cooking up. The section that you should add right under that is considered a rich text, where you just go ahead and give a mission statement of your company. So I'm gonna go ahead and start mine off saying something like this: more than just a company, we're a family. And then right under that text, that's where you're gonna go ahead and put the mission statement. And if you do not know what to put for your mission statement, again, use AI to your advantage. And after I ask it something like this, once I click on enter, you're gonna realize it's going to spit me out a mission statement in only a couple seconds. And if you don't like the response that they give you, just simply regenerate it or ask it other questions so like you can get to the bottom of what you're trying to look for. But I think it's pretty decent, so I went ahead and just added this to my store. Now the next section we add to our store is a featured product. And this is gonna be the same featured product that we just imported from AutoDS. Now the reason that we add this featured product is because we wanna enhance the customer's experience and make it as simple as possible for them to buy the product that they're looking for. So say a customer saw your advertisement, they clicked shop now and they went to your product page, but then they decided they clicked on the home page because they wanted to look around. Well, that same product should be on the home page so they can come right back to it at any moment, buy it, and put more money back in your pocket. Now right under that, you want to add these reviews. Now for the images found with these reviews, you can just find them on Pixels. And for what to write, you can just do it right with ChatGPT. And then lastly, you want to make sure you have the footer. And this footer is very important because you want to make sure that you can collect as many emails as possible, because email marketing is a great way to continue to keep driving more sales. Now on this footer, you're going to see a couple things like a refund policy, privacy policy, shipping policy, and terms of service. And again, I wrote all of those with ChatGPT, but I'll show you an example of it real quick. So I might say something like this, and let's go ahead and see what it says. And look, that really only took a couple seconds. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and copy all of this right here. Then you're gonna come back over here to online store and go to pages, click on add a page. You wanna name it shipping policy and simply click on paste, and you now have a shipping policy page. And then you wanna do the exact same thing for the refund policy page, privacy policy, and terms of service. This should only take you a couple seconds. Now, just like that, your homepage is set up and it's time to move on to building the part of your store that's really gonna be bringing you in that money: your product page. It's very lucrative that your product page doesn't raise any red flags to customers shopping on it. You have to remember that this is the first time that people are going to be shopping with you, so you have to make them trust in your brand. This means getting rid of the 2018 dropshipping tactics that I still see out there all the time. The excessive use of emojis, different colors, countdown timers, pretty much everything that a well-known brand would not do. So with that being said, let's talk about what you do want your product page to look like so that you can start making those life-changing sales that we're talking about. And I personally like building out all my product pages on the online storefront, the same place that we just built the homepage. So to do that, you're gonna come back over here to online stores and then go ahead and click on customize again. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna head right back over here to the top and click on this little down arrow. Then you wanna go ahead and click on products, and then just simply name this after the product that you're selling. Then right after doing that, go ahead and click on create template. So because you already imported this product from AutoDS, once you were on AutoDS, you did want to make sure that you named the product. So I just want to be clear about that. As you see, my stuff does not say bottle cleaner. It says bubble brush bottle cleaner to allow myself to stand out from my competition. So you always want to make sure that you do that. And the first way that you want to start off your product page is always announcing the problem that somebody has and immediately giving the solution. And let's say you don't know what the biggest problems are that people might have if they bought this product. Well, you already know where I'm going next. So I just said, I am selling a baby bottle brush cleaner. What are some problems a customer would have that would lead them to buying the product? And you see, it's gonna spit me out a whole list of things that I could potentially use in my product description. From residue buildup, bottle shape and design, safety concerns, the list goes on and on. So with that, I decided to go with this direction, saying, are you a tired parent wanting to simplify cleaning? Because I already know that's a problem that most parents have if they were to buy this product. Then right under that with the description, you're gonna announce how your product solves that problem, which is what I wrote right here, saying, make parenthood easier and keep your baby baby bottles clean and free of germs, and giving a small description on how it's able to do that. Now, the next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is add some different features and benefits of it. Now, I can either go to ChatGPT, or I can also go out in the market and see what other people are using as their features and benefits. And I already been showing you how to use AI, so let me show you how to do this next point. So with whatever product that you're selling, the easiest way to find competitors is type it into Google and then put Shopify at the end of it. So I'm gonna type in baby bottle brush cleaner and add Shopify at the end of it. And as you see, it's gonna show me all these people are selling the same product on Shopify today. Now, once I skim through these people's product pages, I can just find out whatever features and benefits I wanna take and just do it better than them. So let's take this one right here, for example. I'm gonna copy this entire text, put it back in ChatGPT and say, make this sound better. Which you see, in a matter of a couple seconds, I already have something that sounds way better than theirs. So I went ahead and inputted my first feature and benefit, which you can see right here, simplifying your bottle cleaning routine. Now, what's very, very important is with every feature and benefit that you're putting, you always have a corresponding GIF or image that goes with what you're putting in text. Now, this is very important because there's two types of buyers who will come to your store. One's going to be a visual buyer and one's going to be a reading buyer. And you need to make sure that you appeal to both so you're not losing out on any customers. And I'm just gonna keep that same format going throughout my entire product description. So here's the next point. And if you don't know where to get any GIFs or images for your store, simply just go out there and look for all the non-copyrighted ones that you can use right away. My favorite place to do this is, of course, Google. So I just came over here and typed in baby bottle brush cleaner GIF non-copyrighted, and you see all the different options that it's already giving to me. So this is something I would just save and then add to my product description. Now, the main focus that you need to have in this product description is just not reinventing the wheel, finding out what's already working in the market for others, and just doing it a little bit better. And to complete your entire product description, you're basically just gonna add 4 to 5 features or benefits, and you're ready to go ahead and get going. And when it's finished, it should look a little bit like this. Now, if you've stuck with me, you should have your homepage and product page completely put together and ready to start welcoming the customers. But before you let your store go live, there's just one thing. Now you have your store built out, and I know that you're probably thinking, woof, that was a lot. But I got news for you, we're not quite done yet. It's so important to remember that getting the customer to your store is only half the battle. You have to make it as easy and convincing as possible for them to add their product to their cart and make it through all the way to the checkout. And the apps that you have on your store play a vital part in that. Which, now that I think about, is probably why Vitals named themselves Vitals. Vitals is just a Shopify app that I can swear by when it comes to having all the apps that you need, from sticky add to cart to upsells and review apps, all in one place. I show you all the apps that I recommend having on your store, along with the setups of each and every single one of them in this video right here. So this is the perfect place for you to head right after this video. If you've been following along and you're ready to get the apps downloaded on your store and the full setup, head down in my description where I linked a 7-day free trial to Vitals, and make sure you watch the video that I just tagged a second ago to see the entire process of it. Because having a store with no apps is like having a bowl of cereal with no spoon. You'll have all the ingredients of a high converting store, but you won't have the tools to make it do what it's meant to do, which is feeding you and your pockets. Now, let me tell you, the same thing that you're feeling right now, you know what I'm talking about, the excitement of opening up your store and everything that you can do with it. I was feeling that same feeling just 5 short years ago. And I'm not gonna lie, with the excitement came some doubt and confusion, which you may find yourself feeling at times throughout your journey too. But believe me when I say that if I could do it, starting off with limited funds, limited knowledge, and just an idea of how I wanted it to turn out for me, then you can too. Stay focused and stay consistent. And remember that even though it might feel like you're starting something very big, we all still have to take that first step in order to get to where we want. And one day, you might look up and see yourself on the billboard in the middle of Times Square. Now it is time to get to work. And if you want to be around a community of people who are like-minded, all working towards the same goals of creating generational wealth with e-commerce and being able to even get some of your questions answered by myself and my team, go ahead and hit the link down below to join my free public Discord channel so that you can keep growing inside the Supreme family. I'll see you all next week. This is AC with Supreme Ecom, and I'm out.
They gon' want a piece when you got it like that. Like Jake said, we gon' spend it, get it right.